So we're going to set up a general project file to start sketching. These are just going to be a bunch of we're going to have a bunch of random practice drawings that we do throughout the year, and this is the project file that we're going to put these into. So this is our first one here. It's going to be in metric, so you see all the units are currently in centimeters. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push this off to the bottom corner here so I can still see it when I have Inventor open. So here's Inventor. I have it open. I need to start with creating a new project. So I click on the projects folder, a new single user project. I'm going to call this practice files. And then I'm going to put it on my U drive. So remember, you go to this PC, scroll down to find your U drive, click in your IED folder, which again, mine's IED 2018-19. You see I've already set mine up, but I'm going to just do that again. So make new folder, practice file. I'll call mine practice file instead of practice files. Then I'll click here, and so now that's where I'm going to be saving all my new stuff. So click OK. And then I can click Finish and Done. And you see up here now I have practice files. It's with a green check mark. So that's the project I'm in. I'm going to start a new part. But instead of clicking here, which is kind of the generic, it goes straight to the US customer units, inches and feet. We're working in metric right now, so we're going to create a new part. I'm going to do that up here with this drop-down menu, new, and that gives me the option to use metric. So if I click metric, I'm going to do a standard millimeter part. It doesn't let me do centimeters. I'm going to do millimeters, but it's pretty easy. It's 10 millimeters and 1 centimeter. So I'm going to create this. And so let's go ahead and start creating our part. So I can see this. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So now I can see the part that I'm going to make. It's that one right there. And so I'm going to make the back of it first. You see that the back is just a rectangle that's 3.5 centimeters, which is 35 millimeters wide, by 5 centimeters tall, which is 50 millimeters tall. So I'm going to start a sketch on the XY plane. Since it's a rectangle, I can click on rectangle, start from the origin, and you see on my the coordinates, you see that it's in millimeters. All right, you already see it's in millimeters. So click on the origin, and the width, again, is 35 millimeters, 3.5 centimeters, and the height is 5 centimeters, which is 50 millimeters. I hit tab each time, and then I hit enter. I zoom out. There's my rectangle for the back side of this object. I finish my sketch, zoom out a little bit, move it over, then I'll extrude. And you see the whole thing is 2 centimeters wide, but this front part is 1 centimeter, so that means the back part must also be 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. That's the default. I can just click OK. So now I got to make this kind of L shape. This L shape is lying on its side, coming off the front face. So again, I start another 2D sketch. I'm going to sketch off the front face. I'm going to start in this bottom left corner. So because it's not a perfect just rectangle, it's an L shape, I'm going to do lines. So from this bottom corner, I'm going to go over horizontally. So you see 0 degrees. I'm going to go over 35 millimeters. I'm going to go up 20 millimeters, 2 centimeters. I'm going to go over to the left. You see over to the left 2.5 centimeters, which is 25 millimeters. 25. Enter. Then to go up. It doesn't really specify, but I can see that this dimension here and this dimension here, it's a 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cubed, which is 10 millimeters. I'm going to go up 10 millimeters, so up 90 degrees, 10, enter, scroll out a little bit so I can see it, then over to the left, 10 millimeters again, enter. Then I'm going to close it off by using my mouse to click on the green button. I'm finished with my sketch, and then I can extrude again. And again, it's a 1 centimeter or 10 millimeter extrusion. Click OK, and I'm done with my part. All right, so let's go ahead and save the part. Let's call it metric, metric, linear measurement practice. Kind of a long name, but metric linear measurement practice. Click Save, and go back to my home screen. I need a new drawing. We always draw on, mostly the time we're going to draw on A-size sheet of paper. So I right-click on the sheet, edit sheet. I'm going to call it A-size. Okay, let's put our part in here. So base, it just goes to the last thing I just drew. That's the front face, drag it over to the right, the left. That's my front face. There's my top. Click, there's my right side. And here's my isometric. All right, my scale is 1:1. Everything's good. Click OK. I want my isometric to always be shaded, so I hover over it until I see the right box. Right click, edit view, shaded view. Click OK. Now let's go ahead and put some dimensions in. So I go to my annotate tab, click on dimension. I want to dimension this side, but then it shows 1.38. I know it's 3.5. That's because dimensions automatically default to inches. So I need to change this. Escape, go to my Tools menu, Document Settings, and you see how it's default standard ANSI. That's the American National Standards Institute, I believe. We need to change that to ANSI millimeters. So click on ANSI-MM. Click Apply, click Close. Now if I go back to my Annotate tab, click on Dimension, then I see it's in 35 millimeters. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and I'll show you another kind of easier way to do some of our measurements. If you click on Baseline, so for baseline, if this is my base, I'm going to do all the height measurements here. So that's the base. Then I'm going to dimension to here. I'm also going to dimension to here and to here, all three of those. And then I right click and say continue. I can make all three measurements at the exact same time. Click to place it, right click to say create. There we go. Much faster way to create our measurements. All right, so I'm going to do that again for the top view. I'm going to use this as my baseline. Then I want to measure to here and here. Say continue. Click to place it, right click, say create. All right, and then I'm going to do one more, the thickness. Here's my base to here and then to here. Right click, continue, go over to the right, click to place, right click, create. Since I've got all my thicknesses on my top view, I don't need to put any thicknesses here. I've got all my heights on my front view. Again, I don't need any heights here. So there we go. We are done with that. And now we just need to put, update the title here. And so in order to do that, we click down on drawing resources, right click on title blocks, and click down on title blocks, right click on ANSI A, click, oops, not insert, click edit, nope. We will come back with another one to remind us how to update our title block.